Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, the honorable judges, and the affirmative teams. This is the leader of opposition. There are two rebuttals that I will deliver. First, restriction of foreign startup did not bring economical benefit to Indonesia. We live in globalization era which affect the industries of each country. Hence, the term global industries emerged, which refers to industry that operate effectively in all or most of markets around the world. The industry offers roughly equivalent products or service to customers in every market, and a company's competitive position in the industry depends on its performance in the market. We must highlight this phrase, industries that are operating effectively in all or most of markets around the world. So, the entry of foreign startup in Indonesia, it's not something new or strange. This phenomenon occurs in various countries around the world since we live in globalization era. Affirmative team said that foreign startup kill the competition with the local startup because they have more capital to produce, invest, and expand their market, especially Indonesia. The first thing that we should know why they have more capital to produce, to invest, and to expand their market here is because of their government green aid. Their government assistance is not only once but several times. Apply once, less than 2 months, large funds are disbursed. As we know how complicated the bureaucracy in our country is, with many requirements and long time for disbursement. That's one of the reasons why our local startups are losing to foreigners. Foreign startup did not kill the local startup. The local startup can compete with them. Why? Because our local startup don't have enough support from our government. Foreign startup give a lot of contribution to our country. Let's say Grab, one of the foreign startup here. Grab bike and Grab car creates new jobs for the unemployed by becoming their own job, and then reducing pollution because many people can order food at their homes using the Grab food service. Then promote unpopular restaurant that can be recognized by the public for appearing in the food recommendation in the application, and of course its contribution to our economy. Based on the results of the Center for Strategic and International or SCIS survey up to 2019, Grab has contributed to the domestic economy for about 77 trillion rupiah through various features offered by Grab, such as Grab Food, Grab Car, Grab Bike, and Grab Kiosk. With such a large contribution, should we restrict this foreign startup to get more profit? I'm sure if we limit it, it will decline our economy. Many ojol will lose their jobs and become another problem that government should resolve. Second, the obsession of foreign startup investment to the local and domestic economy is not better. Foreign investment into local startup is indeed a good opportunity, but not better than the investment of Indonesian entrepreneurs themselves and support from the government. The government and authorities need to encourage the domestic venture capital companies to thrive so that they can support the local startup investment rather than begging from the foreign investor. If the majority of investment in local startups are owned by the foreign investor, the local startup will depend on foreigners, so that local startups are not free to manage their own company, and that actually hinders local startups from progressing. Economists of the Institute for Development On economic or in-depth, Bima Yudhistira Adinegara revealed that there are around 90-30% of goods marketed through the local platforms such as Tokopedia and Bukalapak, for example, have been mostly imported products. This reveals that foreign investment doesn't encourage our local startup to export their products, but instead multiplies goods from outside to enter the country. Foreign investment is a good opportunity for our local startup and also give a lot of profits to us. However, if the investment in a local startup is mostly owned by the foreign investment, it will only lose the local startup itself. The foreign startup investment obsession with the local and domestic economy is not better than having foreign startup here that create jobs and benefit to our country. The conclusion of my argument is that removing or banning foreign startup will hurt our own economy and take away people's jobs. Local startup obsession with foreign investment in the local and domestic economy is not better than eliminating or banning foreign startup here. This will actually make local startup not free to run their own company and increase import instead of export. Local startup do have to compete with the foreign startup because we are in the global industry where various markets can enter our country. The solution is so that local startup can compete and do not depend on foreign investment is full support from the government in the form of financial assistance and ease in running their business. Thank you.